boo ba boo ba.
And welcome back to our part 2 of the MLB preseason predictions and preview show. My name is Dan with Gotham Gambling. I'm here with my man Steve. Over next to him is Don. We got Nimsy down below and a newcomer here. We got, I'm sorry, Steve told me your name and I completely forgot.
It's Kev, man. Big Kev. Killer Kev.
Killer Kev.
Killer
What's
Kev,
going on,
man.
fellas?
Watch it in the streets, bro.
Is that how you introduce him when you go to the bar with all the?
Yeah, man. I'm the nice one. That's the killer, man. It's always the quiet one.
Always the quiet ones. We get you.
Yo, I didn't know the Killer Mike and Killer Kev all on one roof. We're fucked.
Yep.
So we are now officially about a week in for pitchers and catchers reporting. We've heard some interesting reports coming out of the AL, especially with like Stroman refusing to go to the bullpen. We got to see, I know for the Yankees perspective, we got to see Max Fried for the first time. We got to see Walker Buehler for the first time in a Sox uniform pitching. Before we dive into the divisions, I want to bring up a little stat I found, and I want to see you guys' opinion on this, on how, like, where you guys rank this as, like, between 0 being not likely at all and 10 being like it's gonna happen. Fangraphs has no team in the American League winning 90 games this year. You buying or selling?
Wow. Selling. I think there's at least 3 90-win ball clubs in the American League this year.
Yankees are getting 90. Guaranteed. Maybe.
Let's slow the roll there. Yankees. Jesus.
So, wait,
Already
so who you
stunned.
thinking? Baltimore?
My fellas over in B-More.
Cleveland?
No. They're about to have a down year.
Detroit.
Listen, we can dive more into it. We can dive more into it when I give you my team totals. Like, I'm not diving into it right now, but I think there's at least 3.
Okay.
Maybe more.
So
yeah,
just
one of them though.
Yeah, they actually had. So the Yankees are the only team projected in the AL with over 85 wins. So to be fair, and last year Fangraphs was they're projected for the season. They went 16 for 30. So that was, about split halfway.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and dive in AL East. Let's start with the Bronx Bombers, the big changes, one of the biggest moving teams outside of the Red Sox in the division. Yankees projected 87 and 75. A lot of people are projecting them over 90. I have them projected to winning the division again. Nimsy, I'll start with you because you're the resident Yankee fan here. What are we gonna see from this rotation? Because you add in an ace level pitcher, and now you have this dilemma in the 5 spot with Stroman and Schmidt.
I think they're gonna start the year possibly, depending on how they handle the Stroman situation. I feel like they could possibly do like a elongated 6-man maybe to start the season until they figure out who they can lock down for the 5th. I'm really excited about Jessen. So Dominguez, I think he's definitely gonna win Rookie of the Year. And I don't even think there's another rookie that is probably close to that.
I've been waiting for Jason Dominguez probably longer than the Yankees have been waiting for a World Series title. It feels like. I feel like this guy's like 30 years old nowadays. He's not, but we've been hearing about Jason Dominguez for the past 5 seasons at least, and nothing has transpired from it. So I'm not believing it until I see it.
So, and to add in your Rookie of the Year point, top players right now for Rookie of the Year: Jason Dominguez, Roman Anthony, Jackson Jobe, Jacob Wilson, Kobe Mayo, Kumar Rocker, and Colson Montgomery round out the top 10.
Yeah, I feel like. I mean,
any relation to John Rocker?
No.
Okay.
Nah. The beauty that was throwing like 105 at Vandy for 3 years.
Oh, okay.
He pitched a little last year, like towards the end of the year.
Yeah, he didn't look good.
No. Well, he looked good one game, and it was the one game I think I bet against him. So
I do remember works, right?
What'd you say?
That's usually how it works, right?
Yeah, typically.
Yeah. I faded Hunter Green his first start when he struck out 9 Braves in a row, and then tailed him the next one, and he gave up 4 home runs in the first 2 innings.
I will say, I'm curious to hear like kind of what you guys think of. Do you think that Goldie and Bellinger are going to make up for Soto, or you think we are exceeding expectations with that?
I'm curious to see how both of them hit against American League pitching consistently. I think
either really.
I think in years past we've seen guys that have struggled transitioning from one league to another. So I think we're Goldie being up there in age. I think like potential. I don't want to say to the level of Anthony Rizzo because Anthony Rizzo was abysmal the second he got to New York. But I think like a better version of that. I just think it's going to be so hard to replace Juan Soto in that spot. No matter how many guys you add, I just think it's a tough draw for the Yankees to try and counter that.
I wouldn't say they like. I think, like you said, it's almost impossible to replace Juan Soto because where do you go from there? He made Aaron Judge look a lot better with where you had to pitch to him because if you didn't, you had to face Aaron Judge with a runner on base. Bellinger is obviously not that caliber of a hitter, but I do. If you watched his BPs, his hit is designed for a short fence, like Yankee Stadium. Like when he was hitting, he wasn't really swinging, and he was still hitting it to the fence. I think Goldschmidt to me when I first saw it just felt like we replaced Rizzo with a slightly more offensively productive Rizzo, but just a better defender.
Yeah, a couple of years
for me. Like, yeah. Kev, what do you think on the Yanks?
I'm not a big Goldie fan on that, but
yeah, like I'm intrigued by the Goldie and the Bellinger signing. Like you said, I don't think it's going to replace Soto by any means, but you bring in 2 guys who have had success. Both can hit the ball well. Like you said, Bellinger should. We might see a little bit of an increase in his home run numbers just because of that short fence to his pull side. But I'm intrigued to see what Goldschmidt can do in the AL East coming from the NL Central. So
I think, yeah. What do you think about if we see a little bit more Ben Rice this year?
I'd prefer not to, but I'm not a very big fan of him personally. I don't think he's lived up to like any of what I guess some of us Yankee fans expected him to do when he plays. So that's my take on him. My most concern is probably the pitching though, like because obviously Stanton and his injuries is going to be a concern, but that's like a given almost. But the pitching, I'm not like a big Rodon guy, so I don't necessarily think he's like a super good pitcher for us. So Garrett Cole, Fried, and Williams being the 1, 2, 3. Rodon will probably be the 3, I'm guessing. Maybe not. But I hope that Luis Gil has like a really good year. I think he's like a make or break for their rotation in a way because he's kind of like the wild card. I feel like this year coming into it.
I I would say honestly the sneakiest move that they did that a lot of people didn't talk about is Fernando Cruz. I like him. I think he's gonna be good. They went and got Matzik is iffy for me. I don't know how I feel about that. I know he got a minor league deal, but you know, I always believe the adage in baseball: if a player's been with the team long enough and they just let him walk for nothing, there's probably a reason for that. And so that's what I feel like they might start relying on him a little bit too much middle of the season. It's going to burn him.
He was a Brave, right?
Yeah, that's why he just
I don't really know his age.
Yeah, it's when you get those guys where they'll get the job done, but you're just like, ugh, like you don't want to get your expectations up. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how I see with him. Steve, any Yankee insight?
No, man, I just don't like Lewis Gill, man. I lost way too many I lost too many bets on him, man. I have nothing for the Yankees, bro. Yeah, we all know they're good. Move on. That's it. You know what I mean? Like that's why I had nothing to say. Like we know they're good. I mean, Mark, you're debating about Marcus Stroman, right? Like you're like, he's gonna be traded. He's gonna be traded. He's mad that he's gonna get moved to the bullpen. He's gonna get traded. That's
now. I'm curious with you saying him getting traded. What do you think we're looking for to get from him? Another SP or?
Yeah, I think so.
I would say
you're not going to get top shelf, but you're going to get a number 5.
No, well with the Yankees we expect it. So freaking Pettit, Mussina, Schilling.
You're just going to strong arm the MLB one more time.
Hey, I mean our brothers.
Oh, maybe you guys will get a third baseman.
Yeah, we could use. could use.
I think,
but that ship sailed, I guess. Well,
yeah. Their third baseman. They have like 3 guys, right?
Oswaldo Cabrera, baby, trot his ass out there.
I think Jazz probably won't play much third this year at all. I don't know if he'll get much third time.
Listen,
it's probably going to be LeMahieu.
Jazz to play second.
God, I'm so ready for LeMahieu to just go out to pasture. I'm sick of him.
He just reminds me of that like old dog like you've had for like it's like like you should have died 4 years ago.
He doesn't hit.
That was dark. Wow.
I mean, he's not hitting 370 anymore. He's hitting like 240. Plays like once every couple weeks. Sure, he's good for morale in the locker room, but besides that, I mean, what are we doing?
Paying for his kids to go to school. That's what you're doing.
Teacher.
I mean, he might
plays first base. We really don't need him much anymore.
He might understand his role. He might just go, you know what? Like, I'll just
get Aaron Judge's water.
Yeah.
Sit there. Make sure he give him the good pat on the butt, like a firm good like
he can clap
on the butt,
clap real hard, cheer from the dugout. He'll be all right, man.
He's kind of like our Udonis Haslem.
Yeah, there you go. You need a glue guy, man. You need a glue guy.
Just to throw out his projections this year: 8 home runs, 239 batting average, 0.5 WAR in 104 games.
Who?
For LeMahieu.
They think he's gonna hit 8 home runs?
No, in it the rest of his career. I don't know about this year.
Watch, LeMahieu's gonna go on like an Eric Tim's like first month of the season, like his last year.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Eric Tim's.
Let's move on to Don's team.
Hold on.
You want the solo layout?
No, I want
spotlight.
No, I'm looking at DJ LeMahieu's stats. Hold on. This guy had 2 fucking home runs last year. They think he's going to hit 8 this year? He's 36 years old.
I don't think he's going to play 108 games either, honestly.
Like no, I think, yeah.
He played 67 last year.
Yeah, why is he get? Is he on a second, win? Did he get a second win? I don't know.
That's wild.
He got the A-Rod steroids.
Him to be their starting third baseman.
He'll be a part of the
Take
deal,
one
man.
shot,
That
just
moves
get-
Marcus Stroman. I'm telling you, it's gonna be DJ and Marcus, and then you're gonna get your starting pitcher, bro.
I would
Fuck
like
takes
for us-
that.
Yeah, exactly. What team is going to take
The White
that?
Sox, why not?
I will say, Steve, I think this is, or no, not your team, Steve. I would like the Yankees to try and make a move for like an actual legitimately good hitting catcher, but I don't know if they would do that.
I just realized, who's probably who's gonna take that move? It's gonna be the Marlins. They're gonna give up like the dude I was talking about last week, the second baseman,
Yeah,
and some
Top
I'll be like,
30 prospect.
we're gonna think it's that, and then it's gonna be like Sandy Alcantara for like one prospect and
Stop.
like DJ
Stop.
LeMahieu.
Stop.
Yeah.
See, this is
We're gonna
what
please
Yankee fans
someone.
do. They start throwing out unrealistic
Hey,
expectations.
Yankee
We can't have
fan.
this right now.
We've seen it
I'm
happen
not a Yankee
before.
fan
I'm
in
just,
the
I'm just
slightest.
setting this
General.
up. I'm just setting this up so we're not all surprised. He's gonna get traded. It's gonna be some BS.
No,
and
that's gonna be it's like the Damian Lillard when he was in Portland. Like any player that has like a good season on a bad team, we're just gonna start seeing edits of them in a pinstripe jersey.
hopefully, I will say, hopefully the Orioles are bad then, so I can see Adley in the Yankees jersey. That'd be ideal.
Oh my god, here we go. Yeah, you want fucking Bobby Witt Jr. You want Julio Rodriguez.
Kind of wanted Shohei, but
I mean, yeah, everybody wanted Shohei.
His Nimsy's
know,
ideal.
trade
Shohei
Nimsy's
pulled the
realistic
Dodgers down.
offseason.
Shohei Ohtani's heading to New York for Marcus Stroman
yeah,
and a box of crowns.
I'm kind of upset with the Yankees offseason. Four All-Stars wasn't enough.
Yeah, Nimsy's
All right, let's
realistic
move on to another team,
offseason.
man. He's just bragging now.
I
Bro.
can't keep talking about the Yankees, bro. This is gonna, my head's gonna hurt.
So all right, so let's go on to your Sox.
What's their
Let's-
win total? I'm betting their win. I'm betting under on their win total. What is it? I'm blind betting. I know
Ooh,
But,
No, Steve. Oh yeah.
I'll match it with you. Whatever you put up, I'll put up too.
Oh yeah.
we're gonna start the Twitter beef with Nimsy. They're like, these guys just hate each other. I'm just gonna be
gonna
hating on the
fade Red
Yankees
Sox
all
after-
season. Just
Blind fade them.
show
Man,
together.
when I was
Yeah.
when I was like 8, my dad told me if I ever I asked my dad if he would still go to games if I played for the Yankees because he hated them, and he said no and just closed the door on me and walked out.
I love that. That's a great
You
dad
don't want your
right
son
there.
to be a
Great father,
multi-millionaire.
Yeah, you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have that luscious beard.
Dang.
Also, as a Yankee fan, bro, you having that beard that big, man, that's not allowed. You're not allowed in the ballpark looking like
He's
that.
doing it for Devin Williams as a tribute. So
I
let's
gotta sneak
move
in.
on to the Sox. The Sox had probably one of the most interesting off seasons. They brought in great pieces. The Bregman move has kind of thrown some turmoil, I would say, in the dugout with Rafi refusing to move from third. Don, take us away. What are we looking at this year from your Sox?
I've had a love-hate relationship for the Red Sox ever since they traded Mookie Betts for fucking Alex Verdugo, a guy named Jeter Downs that nobody knows, and the rest of the shit that didn't fucking pan out for us. So I've had a love-hate relationship. I want the Fenway Sports Groups to sell the team. I hate them. I hate their guts. But I mean,
Full fan.
huh?
Aren't they a part of your own for Liverpool?
Yeah, trust me, I hate them.
they
I
are
hate them too,
Liverpool.
man. Listen, I hate them for multiple reasons. This isn't it. The biggest thing is for them. Everybody's comparing them trading for Garrett Crochet like they just traded for the second coming of Chris Sale. And I personally don't see it. I think Crochet is good. I don't think he's great. I think if Crochet was as good as people are saying he is, then why the fuck are they talking about adding Dylan Cease? I think that's the big thing. So, I don't trust Trevor Story to play 100 games because he's made of glass. Bregman's going to play second base, which stinks because Tristan Campbell has a real shot of making this team if Rafi will just stop being an asshole and just go hit. They got a kid, Roman Anthony, that's supposed to be really good. I like him as a flyer for AL Rookie of the Year.
He's got
But-
second best odds.
pitching rotation's good. Obviously, again, and I'm more of a realistic Red Sox fan because as much as we like to think the Yankees are a little crazy in the head, I was told last year that Brian Bayo is the second coming of Pedro Martinez, and I don't see it. So everybody just needs to take a step back and relax. Walker Buehler's a good prove it guy. Tanner Houck looked good last year. Bello could make some strides this year. They need another starter. So Dylan Cease makes a ton of sense. I like the bullpen. Chapman on the team friendly deal that we got was great. Liam Hendricks coming back. You still got Whitlock, who I think will strive in the bullpen. Jarren Duran coming off All-Star year. Like Nimsy, I'll take a catcher that can hit any day of the week because Connor Wong is not it.
Sometimes I see him in your guys' 4-hole.
Oh yeah, trust me. I'm one of those guys where I'm not going to pay to go to Fenway Park. I've done it too many times. I'm all set. I don't need to do that.
Uh-oh. So with pitching, right now you're sitting at like your fifth spot. You're sitting between Giolito, who has not pitched in a year, and Cutter Crawford, who has not discovered that there is somewhere besides the middle of the plate.
Correct.
So and I mean, I will say, if you, in an absolute worst case scenario, they have Bernardino wasn't the worst last year.
No,
when he kind of had spot starts. They have Patrick Sandoval, who he hasn't had the best time in LA, but no one has had the best time in LA over the last 3 years. And I think maybe that change of scenery might be good for him. A name I'm kind of high on, I kind of hope they put in more this year, is Quinn Priester. I think he fell victim to the Pittsburgh Pirates refusing to play anyone because it means they would have to, make money.
Us getting him for what we got him for was a steal in my opinion. I just think, I hate this guy with a burning passion, but Wilfred Abreu, Yoshida go bye. Do you want anybody else? Take him. I'm gladly giving him up because Casas is 1 foot in, 1 foot out for me. They're gonna go all in and get Vladdy Jr. in the summer, and that's gonna be their big splash next year for first base. So Casas, I feel like if you trade him, you can develop someone to play first base, and then you'll be set there. But I don't know. I'm not touching the win total because I can't do it. Do I think they'll make the playoffs? There's a good chance, but it's the Red Sox, and they've done nothing but spit in my face since Mookie Betts has won 2 titles with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I can't actively root.
Kev?
Yeah, I like the Crochet signing, honestly. At least he was a big moneymaker for me last year with the Sox. He hit on a lot of my strikeout bets.
He's the only moneymaker for them last year.
I think he brings depth to the Sox. Second coming Chris Sale, maybe people need to ease up on that, but you never know. I mean, he was on a very poor team, right? With the White Sox, he was getting 10 Ks, 9 Ks consistently, and it's still playing against the same competition. Now he's on a better team. You never know. He could develop into something like that. I like the Chapman signing too, just because it gives experience to the bullpen. But the field is where, like you said, where is Devers going to give up third? It sounds like he's not going to. Is he going to play DH? Like, how are they going to revolve around that? Like you said, does Bregman go to second? So the field is where I'm most concerned versus the pitch.
Don, question. I know you're the Red Sox fan. Did they? I didn't really pay too much attention last year. Did they platoon Devers at all, or no?
Yes and no. It was more so Yoshida because he just couldn't play the wall at Fenway.
Now with all 3 of them, you think they would kind of do that same system, like a little system between Devers and Bregman?
I feel like there are going to be days where Devers will pinch it, will just DH, but I don't think it's going to be his natural position, which is going to stink because they have a couple talented guys that could make the roster this year coming up. And, I think with that, it kind of strides their growth. But also, I wouldn't be surprised if Trevor Story's hurt after a week, and then they immediately just go to Bregman right to short, and then they get that kid, Christian Campbell, to play second base for them for the rest of the year. So,
I mean, you even have the option if you need it. Like, you could, like, if they get to the point where they're gonna start looking at finding a trade partner for Casas just for this year. You could platoon him, put Bregman or Rafi at first, and just deal with that, like, for a game or two at a time. I wouldn't mind that personally. I mean, I think as like iffy as Rafi's defense is, if the guy who's putting up those kind of numbers offensively says I'm playing third, I'm still going to put him at third.
it's just it's not the fact that it's not that his hitting isn't bad, because that's not the case at all. When he's healthy for a full year, he's a 30-100 guy easily. It's just the fact that playing actual third base, he is bad at. Since he has entered the league, he's the worst defensive third baseman in the MLB in defensive runs saved at -62. He ranks 103rd out of 103rd with a minimum of 750 innings.
That's so bad.
Exactly, bro.
Like, there's no way around that.
No.
Man, they're just numbers.
Yeah. Yes.
There's only
you,
one way
Steve.
to go. There's only one way to go, Don. That's
Fuck
up.
you, Steve. How about that? My buddy just
Put
my
that on
buddy
the counter, bro. Fuck you, Steve. That's one. Here we
My
go.
buddy just texted me saying that Devers will start the season at third and he'll be DHing by June.
I'll say that if you look at all their projections and like defensive inefficiencies, the only two players that are projected to have a worse defensive season than Devers this year is Yoshida and Casas.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings me back to that point of like if you're gonna take a bite from anyone who's gonna hurt you defensively, would you rather risk having Casas out of your lineup or Devers? And so I have them making the playoffs. I have them finishing second in mine. I have them at 85-77 is where I have them projected at, which I think it depends on, like, I feel like they're kind of like what we talked about with the Reds and the Pirates last year in like June, where they just kind of forget to play baseball for 3 weeks and it kills their season.
Probably.
All right, I'm just gonna go out and do my bold predictions for every team we're going over. For you, Don, man, Casas is gonna have a bounce back year. He's gonna look good. It's gonna look like in his 2023 form. Yeah, I think you're gonna be happy. I think Red Sox fans are gonna be happy. Man.
My bold prediction is Crochet is going to be the second coming of Sale, but not this Chris Sale. It's just going to be the second coming of what Chris Sale was on the Red Sox.
I got a bold prediction. It's gonna be an implosion in Boston. It's not gonna work out for you guys. You shouldn't have brought Bregman in. You caused trouble in paradise.
We haven't even started playing games. Wait till we win. No one's gonna give a shit.
Tell you, man.
I will say though, no, for real though, Garrett Crochet is like one of my favorite because he played for the Knights for a little bit here in Charlotte when he was coming up for the White Sox, and I like talked to him a few times and stuff in the bullpen. He's I think he could be like a second coming of a Chris Sale type of a pitcher. Maybe not exactly to that, but he definitely has like very, very like high potential to get similar numbers to Sale. And then as long as he's part of a team that can win, I feel like, who knows? I feel like he could have a really good year. I think you guys will be third though. I think the Orioles are going to get. I think they'll be second. But I'll talk about them whenever we talk about them.
Let's jump to them. Yeah, that's a perfect segue because I'll give my bold prediction on top. I think they have a terrible year this year. I'm not terrible. Not saying that like they're going to be below 500, but it felt like their GM was just scared to make moves.
Yeah,
and
they didn't do much.
you're not in that spot. You have arguably one of the best young rosters in the field. You brought in Tyler O'Neill, which I loved. You kept the only core player you lost was Santander. Truly, I mean, you still have Rutschman, you have Mountcastle, O'Hearn rotating, Westberg, Holiday, Urias, Mateo, Gunner. You'll have Colton Cowser in a second year, O'Neill, Dylan Carlson. I thought was a good move. The big thing for me is when you look at their pitching, your ace going into the year is going to be Grayson Rodriguez, who after last year, I'm not fully sold on him. Your next pitcher is Zach Eflin, who last year got tore up in his own division, and then they traded him to a division opponent, and he wasn't the best. 43-year-old Charlie Morton and Dean Kramer and Cade Povich.
41, bro. Come on, bro.
40. He'll be 42 at the end of the season.
They added another veteran too. I think you might have skipped over him.
Who?
Gary Sanchez.
Oh yeah, he's getting minutes. That's right. He's getting swings. No, they just.
Do you think it's now that they're going to be playing with expectations, what's going to get to them essentially?
I don't think it's that. I would say it just felt like they lost Corbin Burns, and like in my mind I feel like they just thought like, oh, they lost their market. Because why would Corbin Burns leave such a great team? He's the ace and everything. What's wrong in Baltimore? Kind of thing. Like I think your hitting is going to be there, but I think they're going to be teams that you're going to see a lot of high totals for betting wise, just because their starting pitching it's a lineup of guys where you flip a coin and you got to hope it lands on the right side each day.
The coin flip going to be what's the dude's name they brought over from the Japanese league? Tomiyuki, whatever his name is.
Sugano, yeah.
I mean, I saw his one of his bullpens from the other day. He looked solid. I mean, I've seen some of his like Japanese highlights. I mean, I know you can't really go off that, but I mean, I feel like he has stuff to compete the MLB level. It's just such a transition for those guys.
Right. He's 35. So
yeah, he's old too. He don't have like the young youth.
Damn. Bro, we're making fun of 35-year-olds now. It's crazy.
Their bullpen.
When you get over that other side, that's what you gotta do, bro. You gotta pick and choose. It's welcome, fellas.
I'm still in my 20s, so.
Oh, see,
yeah, I'm the youngest one here, so I'll take it.
No, you're not.
Yeah, the guy on the bottom right is Kevin.
No. I'm as old as Steve. There ain't no way.
I've known Kev since we were 16, bro.
God,
what are you guys, like 38?
I'm 25.
I'm 40.
Oh, yeah, no, you are the youngest.
I just turned 29.
But I mean, you look at
that's why I talk shit about the 35-year-olds, man. Yeah, they're bums.
Yeah, it's like their old Steve feels it in his knee whenever they jump. Like
exactly. Charlie Morton, bro, that is just a spring chicken, baby. Don't count him out,
bro.
Don't count my man out.
The thing with
he's gonna have an Adam Wainwright like year. He's gonna throw a curveball over the middle at least once and get it roped every single game,
and then go back.
The thing with the Orioles that I will say that I kind of like is the pitching isn't great, but they have a lot of guys that can hit the ball.
Oh, they do.
And even not even the starters, like they still have Dylan Carlson, who can come off the bench and swing for you. They have PED user Ramon Laureano that could come off the bench with his big beefy arms. They got some guys that can hit, so they're gonna put up a ton of runs this year. It's just how good is Grayson Rodriguez going to be at leading the way?
I think it's fair. Kev, Steve, any insight?
I mean, I think a lot of their pitching is going to have to rely on guys that haven't really been proven yet, like Cade Povich, Sugano from Japan. As you guys already alluded to, their hitting should be fine, right? They're going to score a ton of runs. It's The question mark is their starting pitching.
I don't even think their bullpen's that bad. They have Sir Anthony
No,
Dominguez. They have
bro,
Gregory
it's just
Soto.
straight heat. Like
They
you're
got
gonna have to
fucking
deal
Andrew
with
Kittredge.
4 innings of 100-mile-an-hour pitches.
Mhm.
Yeah, Cheese is blowing up our comments. That's his team. If only he was here for this one.
Oh,
Well,
he's a
buddy.
Orioles fan?
Well, Cheese, do you think they're going to make the playoffs? Yes or no?
Wait for the comment.
Cheese, I hope you guys season doesn't amount to be very good, so we can maybe talk about bringing Adley over to the pinstripes and see him in those edits.
Wow.
Because you guys got Gary now, so you don't need him. You're good.
Fucking Gary Sanchez.
Wow.
Dude, I've wanted Adley for like the last 3 years on the Yankees.
I think everyone has wanted Adley on their team for the last 3 years.
It's like I'm so like I just want a good hitting catcher. Like, is it so hard to ask for? Like,
Yeah.
in college,
Go get fucking Henry Davis from the Pirates. Like, relax.
Yeah.
Go get Indy Rodriguez.
like why couldn't Jorge have had a son?
No, see,
You did
hold on.
have a great
Time
hitting
out.
catcher. You had
Time out. This is what's gonna happen, and this is gonna be the most Yankees thing of all time. They're gonna get so lucky. This is exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna find some bullshit, and they're gonna call the St. Louis Cardinals, and they're gonna get Nolan Arenado and Ivan Herrera, and then they just set their lineup right there. Boom, done.
We'll send Goldie back when we realize he's not that good.
Send them Goldie and Ben Rice and leave it at that. Get DJ LeMahieu in it.
Yeah, send him halfway back to Colorado. Put up some numbers again. Who we got? We got the Jays.
Yeah, let's go to the Jays. All right, I'll start. Steve, I'll go to you first with this one. There's one big question I have for this. With Vlad not signing his deal, does that put Toronto in win now mode this season to convince him to stay? Or is this where you look at a possible trade at the deadline?
I think they're going to trade him at the deadline. I really think they're going to do that. It just feels like the indicators are looking that way. Because, I mean, looking at these notes here, like, my biggest note was trading Vlad. I'm glad you asked that first. So, yeah, they're trading Vlad. He's in a contract year, but Chet's in a contract year. I mean, they're in win now mode if they keep him being with the contracts. But I mean, does he want to stay there? And I don't know. I don't know.
All right, fellas, I have my first win total here.
Well, give it to us. What do you got?
Blue Jays over
Oh,
78.5 wins.
okay.
They're gonna go 81 and 81.
I got him at 82, so that's not bad. I like that.
Mediocre. Shout out my guy Nathan Luke's playing in center field. Don't know who he is. Just the last name Luke sounds deadly.
Yeah.
So
They did bring in Scherzer, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Gosman, Berrios, Bassett, Scherzer, and then Bowden, Francis is probably
It's not-
their rotation.
It's a decent.
yeah, I think MLB had their projected rotation as Gossman, Berrios, Bassett, Francis, and then Scherzer rounds out the 5th spot, and Yariel Rodriguez is the 6th guy.
I think their problem may be, well, it might not be a problem, but they're going to need to figure out their bullpen because they dropped like 5 guys, I think. 5 or 6 guys from
So
it.
they still got like Yimi Garcia,
Yeah,
Chad Green's a veteran, Jeff Hoffman's supposed to be like this big guy for them. But I do agree.
I feel like
like
the Blue Jays
Romano.
always have that bullpen where you're just like, oh yeah, I forgot they have that guy. Like, and then it's just like you see him randomly in the 6th inning of a day game, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember when he was good on this team.
Tell you one thing, those fans, they're not going to forget when they had Romano when that bullpen starts blowing shit because he was a stud for them.
Yeah. So I'm curious here too. Everyone talks about Vlad. What's the likelihood we could see Bichette traded as well?
I think
Kev,
it's
I'll go
likely. I
with you.
mean, like I said, both those guys are both in. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead, Kev.
I was just, I think it depends. Winning cures everything, right? Like if
That's
they're,
kind of what I'm thinking with them too.
yeah, I mean, if they're on pace all of a sudden to get, closer to 90, then maybe Bichette and Vlad end up signing and staying a little longer. But if they're playing poor to start off the season, heading into the break, I could easily see both of them be traded just so the Blue Jays get something back for them, instead of letting them walk, for free.
I think I'm gonna go on my my biased fan opinion here because it works perfectly, and it goes with his former team, and I know this is gonna be his move to save his job. Bichette to the Braves. You give him like Nacho Alvarez, Smith Shawver, Drew Hackenberg, like 2 or 3 other prospects I don't even know that aren't even in like our top 50.
Drew
Throw in like
Hackenberg,
some.
didn't he played quarterback for Penn State like 5 years ago?
No,
The Jets?
that's Christian.
Look.
What the fuck?
Drew
He plays
Hackenberg
baseball
was
now?
the dude we drafted him thinking he was gonna be our next Tim Hudson. He turned out to be Julio Teheran.
Oh, I love Julio Teheran.
That was my first ever autograph. Was a Julio Teheran
Oh.
autograph jersey.
I'm sorry for you.
I got
Yeah.
like the saddest. My first autograph's like the saddest thing ever. It was Jose Fernandez, and he's no longer with us anymore. And I think when I got the autograph, it was when he was like 17 years old, I think. So he was pretty young. It was like before he was like big name down in South Florida. Got his autograph and then followed him his whole career, and then the boating accident. Well,
I gotta get my dad to send it to me, but we met Chipper Jones in a Hooters, and I got him to sign a Hooters shirt for me.
Love that.
Oh,
That's my favorite autograph of all time.
Steve,
He's
Kevin.
probably meeting his next wife. Yeah, what you guys thinking on the Jays?
Yeah.
Win total.
I personally think they're going to be under their total that all the books have. I wouldn't be surprised if, like we were talking about, that both Vlad and Bichette get traded. I mean, honestly, I think the Red Sox, Orioles, and Yankees are all better than them, so it'll be tough for them.
You think okay, so it seems maybe the consensus is the Rays and the Blue Jays are 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
Who do you think's 5th out of those two?
Right now, I'd probably take the Blue Jays being 5th. I kind of like the Rays pitching a little better. So,
and they brought a stud over from the West Coast.
You know what? The only reason I don't like that move is I just know he's going to get traded halfway through the season to the fucking Dodgers. Like I just know it's going to happen. Like that was my first thought when I saw Tampa sign him. I was like, why? Like I was like, this is only to get 2 prospects that they're going to trade in 6 years for another 3 prospects. And God, I hate Tampa so much.
Just keep running the cycle down there.
I'm gonna be the first to say this. I think one of Shane McClanahan or Taj Bradley get traded before the trade deadline. I think the Rays are in full tank mode here. I got them under 81.5.
I like the under. I do say that.
I think Taj Bradley, this is the year that they find out he's not actually the answer. Like he just I wasn't sold on him last year. I'm not sold on him at all this year. I just, other than Rasmussen and McClanahan, I hate their pitching staff. Because that's the team that's literally the guys of like, okay, I'm gonna back them, and then they suck. And then when you're like, yeah, no, these guys are terrible, they pitch like amazing games.
I will say too, I mean, aside from Kim, honestly, I don't think they really did anything else besides they got rid of Siri in their offense, and their offense was ass last year. It says, well, I saw this stat, only the White Sox scored less runs than them last year. It's never a good thing when you're down there with them.
Well, when your center fielder is named Johnny DeLuca, you're not going far.
And your shortstop's banging 12-year-olds.
Johnny DeLuca sounds like a name of like the
Taylor
player
Walsh's wife
you
and
like.
2 kids.
Mike drop.
Poor Taylor Walls catching strays. He's got a wife and 2 kids. Oh, you're talking about that guy? Yeah, no, he's not a part of the organization anymore.
That's what I was talking about.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Fun fact about that guy. I was doing fantasy football 2 years ago, and I let my buddy join my hometown league. None of my friends knew him, and what does he come in with? But a Wander Franco jersey. And I said to him, I go, "Why are you wearing that?" He goes, "I represent my people," and I couldn't talk to him about that.
Oh, hopefully he's what's Wander Dominican? Hopefully he's talking about that type of people and not his hobbies outside of baseball and work.
Oh God, y'all are gonna get me in trouble.
That's not a hill. Yeah, that's not a hill I'm willing to die on. I would have been like, yo, we gotta take that off.
Correct.
Bro.
So
Correct. Neither am
I
I.
think
You gotta.
we're 45
sorry,
minutes in.
bro.
I think we went over the AL East enough, haven't we?
Yeah, it's gonna be the Yankees and Red Sox. One or two. We'll be battling at the top. We'll probably
You know
both
what?
have like 95
The last
wins.
thing I'll say.
I can't wait
is
till
the
both of us
Yankees
stake
and
in the
Red-
Blue Jays win the division.
Yeah, and they start making the moves.
Tampa gets first place halfway through the year. Junior Caminero gets taken down for dating a 13-year-old. The cycle repeats.
We're trying to stop the jokes, man. Don't keep adding fuel on the fire here. Come on.
Come on, I thought of one.
Move over to the AL Central. Let's go. We're 45 minutes in. Come on.
There anyone
Right,
in
so-
the AL Central?
So the AL Central, we got. Let's start with the Twins because according to this, they're projected to finish first. I don't buy that. I think me and Don, I know me and you kind of talked about that before. I don't know if you're buying that one either.
Not even remotely.
Is this another season of the Twins finishing in fourth?
Yes. Wasting Byron Buxton. That's what we're doing here.
I mean, he's got to stay healthy.
Exactly. Wasting Byron Buxton.
I think the Twins will be second or third. I'm a little higher on them maybe than most.
I'm glad that somebody is. Because Minnesota's not.
It's that division to me is very like wide open in a way, almost like the NL Central. I mean, you got the Tigers. I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, they're about as close to a lock for first, I guess you could say, in the AL. But I think the Twins. I think they'll beat up on their lower division opponents, and that
So the White Sox.
Right. They're
White
all
Sox, Royals, Indians.
Whoa. Let's fucking slow down there. The Royals? Wow.
The Twins are
Robert
good.
Witt?
Yeah,
The Twins-
their pitching's got a lot of
Simeon Woods
potential,
Richardson
man.
is fantastic. He's one of the greatest starting pitchers in the league. Bailey Ober hasn't been good in ever.
Wait,
got
just
potential, bro.
watch
It's
Chris
got
Paddock.
Chris
Chris-
Paddock hasn't been good since his first start with the Padres.
You don't think he's gonna be it for them this year?
Minnesota's not even going to make the playoffs.
Chris Paddock has not had an ERA below 4 since 2019.
Yeah.
His lowest ERA since his rookie year was a 4.03. Since then, he has not had one below 4.7.
Yeah, let's
Is it-
slow down here.
His
Slow
average expected ERA in his career is 5.2.
Kev, what do you think about the Twins?
No, I was shocked that he said that they're beat up on the Royals. I think the Royals are a much better team than the Twins, honestly.
Thank you.
We like
See?
Kev now.
This guy knows baseball. I love
I'm,
it.
I'm contrarian in the Central Division. I'm Cardinals and Twins. I think they're going to sneak in those divisions. Might not win it, but they'll be up at the top.
What, the last time the
Oh.
Twins were good was with
Are
what?
the-
They had Mauer.
Yeah.
Are the Twins owners
I
trying to
think-
sell the team?
Yes.
All right, so
Actively.
that might be a factor too, man. You gotta consider with that too. Like that.
I think this is the year we see Duran. Sorry, go ahead.
Did you freeze?
Get Steve.
No, I was like, Steve, go ahead.
Oh my
You
bad. No,
froze.
you're good.
Blame Steve. Part 2. Chapter 2.
It's my
Gotta
fault.
update the
It's
banner,
always
hang
my
on.
fault, man. But yeah, I think uncertainty, ownership might play a part as far as their success this year. So
I love your optimism.
Well, I mean, what is this? What is it? PCOTA, the rating system, the
Whatever it
prediction
is, yeah.
system. They have them winning the Central.
Well, that's relying on Royce Lewis to stay healthy.
Right.
And Byron
And
Buxton.
Buxton. Yeah.
As Kev said, and Buxton.
So
I like, yeah.
he could be right. He could be right. We could be all eating our words, and they come out smoking and stay healthy. And then we're turning around like, yo, we got to tell him we were wrong. He was right.
Nope.
I'm
I
higher
think
on the
this-
Cardinals than the Twins, though. So
I think this is the year we see if they struggle out the gate. I think we see Duran or Griffin Jacks gone for some kind of prospect. I think those are going to be the first two pieces that fall. Is their bullpen. I
agree
was
with
I
that.
was out on them last year. I'm out on them again. I don't see anything in the only way that, like, they literally have an asterisk next to the projection saying these on the Twins saying these projections are only if every player plays a full 162 game season. You're not getting 100 games out of your core team. You lost Max Kepler. You didn't really bring anyone in. Your 4, 5, and 6 in your rotation are very shaky. With the way this division's going up, they're going down. So I think, a rebuild is either coming this year or next.
see, I think part of the reason I am pretty high on them is because I do think the couple of guys they brought in, I think they are going to kind of fill and play a pretty big role for them. Bader and who was the other? O'Neal? Oh no, Ty France, not O'Neal. I think they'll do. I think they're going to do what they're expected to do. I think Bader will exceed his expectations for them. I'm a pretty big Bader fan.
You think Ty France is going to get at bats with him this year?
I think maybe in like platoon situations, if he's, and then this is also like, I think he's also one of those players, like to what Gotham was saying, you're not going to get a whole season out of your core guys. He's going to probably pick up some of those at bats and playing time. And if he's above expectations, I feel like then there'll be a little more, I feel like they'll get a little more respect then. But I mean, I guess I do see and understand on paper why a lot of people are pretty down on them this year. I'm also pretty high on their pitching too. I think not as you were saying, they're like 4, 5, 6. More their 1, 2, 3. I think that 1, 2, 3 is really solid.
Yeah, it's just the bullpen outside of Jackson Duran just nothing screams off the screen to me that this is an 81 win team. But
Michael
Alright,
he
you guys-
doesn't do it for you, bro.
Are you guys ready to talk about the winners of the division?
I think I know who you're going with this, so I'll let you kick off.
At plus 310, AL Central Division winner. It's the Kansas City Royals, baby. Kansas City is going to win the division. With my good friend Bobby Witt Jr. winning MVP at plus 350. Bobby Witt Jr. is about to have a monster year. I think them getting Jonathan India only helps them. Hunter Renfroe is going to hit anywhere between 20 and 30 home runs. Their bullpen isn't the greatest, but I believe that guys like Hunter Harvey, Scherber, Carlos Estevez can get the job done, and I really do like their starting rotation. Cole Reagans is a dude. Seth Lugo has proven that he can be a quality starting pitcher. Michael Wacha, even though with the age, has shown that he can do it. Lorenzen is solid, and then Chris Bubik is the perfect 5, where either he's going to give you 6 solid and look really, really good, or he can give you at least 5 and he's going to give you a couple runs. But I think from top to bottom, I think this team has the chance to run the table in the AL Central this year.
So I will say with Lorenzen, the big thing I saw him a lot with the Angels because unfortunately I'm marrying an Angels fan.
Damn, you got a bad draw.
Dude, I did. It's so bad. I gotta watch the Knicks and I gotta watch the Angels. It's ridiculous.
2 bad franchises.
Yeah, I get to listen to Mike Breen. That's the only thing I'm okay with.
Bang.
Yeah. The big thing with Lorenzen is if he's not getting whiffs, the ball's getting hit hard. And with the good thing with Kansas City is they actually were I believe it said they were the 3rd most beneficial park to pitchers this season with like barrels. Like I think like 30% less of expected home run balls actually were home runs. So the winds was blowing in a lot last year. I think the way they've kind of altered the state is going to keep doing that. So I think that helps him. I followed the Royals heavily last year. I'm worried about that 4, 5, 6 or the 4 or 5 in the rotation. I don't know if Bubic is the guy. I don't know if Alec Marsh is the guy. Kyle Wright's been out almost 2 years now. I think they're going to be in the market. I'm with you on Estevez and Harvey. I really like them. I saw they're going to give James MacArthur a lot more reps this year. I don't know how I feel about a 28-year-old in like his 3rd season. He's only pitched in like 20-something games. There's a reason he's been in the minors this long. Carlos Hernandez is probably the big one I'm watching this year. I think he could be a legitimate great 7th inning pitcher if his stuff's working.
About got a big year coming for Vinny P.
Oh yeah, like I mean, dude's been is going to be mashing this year.
I will say I do love their freaking lineup is like just power, like Witt, Vinny, Perez, Melendez has power, but he don't play every night. I love Melendez though. I pick him all the time in like DFS lineups and stuff.
You think we'll see Caglione this year?
You said who?
Caglione.
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe not this year.
Or I guess the other one, I'm as a Braves fan, what I'm worried I want to see because we gave up this guy and Kyle Wright for I think it was Soler. Drew Waters got a lot more reps last year. I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to play him because the thing is right now is they have 4 really good outfielders and they have like 4 really good prospects that are ready to go. So is this a team we could see that's buying at the deadline, Steve?
If they're projecting where John's taking them, hell yeah. You got to go all in this season, man.
All right, Steve. Put yourself in the Royals GM shoes right now. Stroman, who are you giving up for him?
He's giving up.
Stay far the fuck away from the Kansas City Royals, Marcus Stroman.
You don't think he would ever go there?
I'm gonna
Well,
give you
Sam.
I'm gonna give you Sam Long,
but
and a prospect.
But
I'm gonna throw out.
So Stroman can be one of the relief pitchers, man. Like he's still
realistic.
He's not gonna be a starter. So yes, I'm giving you.
I'm gonna throw out a name here.
Who do you think they would like move for? Like, do you see any specific kind of starters they might try and grab?
I'm gonna say Reed Detmers.
Ooh,
Ron Washington has
fill that
not
role.
shown interest in, letting him develop. He started off the year great, struggled, and then he just said, "You're going to go down to AAA and figure this out." Like, wasn't willing to let him work it out in the pros. I think he would be a great add-on in that rotation. Because then you can move Lorenzen closer to like a 4 or a 5. And then you'd have Reagans, Lugo, Wacha, Lorenzen, and Detmers. And that way you wouldn't have to worry about, every other stuff. Every fifth day is Bubik or Marsh or Wright or whoever they're going to put in there, because they have all three of them projected almost 20 plus starts, which means they're not going to have that any of those three fully committed. You don't have to worry about if they're going to have the stuff to get through the day.
Can I counter?
Go for it.
Maybe Reed Detmers stinks. So maybe Ron Washington knows what he's talking about.
Listen, I love Ron Washington. I'm also a Detmers believer. I think that he got the shit end of the stick last year on a really shitty team.
Probably. But maybe he also just stinks.
This is
When Don don't like you, man, he don't like you, bro.
Lefty pitches that have pitched for the Angels traditionally have stunk.
Who's the starter they got? They got a starter that throws like 85, and he's been around for like 10 years on that.
Tyler Anderson.
Yeah.
They also signed Kikuchi to be their ace this year.
They got something figured out there in the other team in LA. I'll tell you that. Figured out how not to win.
Yeah, I mean that's just a name I'm throwing out there. I think we're gonna see a lot of these teams that are like kind of on that border of like 500 just commit to nothing. They'll just commit to the rebuild. I'm trying to see any other names off the top of my head that I'm really like seeing can move. I think if the Cardinals get bad enough and desperate enough, I think they start moving some pitchers. I was gonna say, God, where is it? I saw someone a minute ago.
Well, when we were just talking about the Rays, who mentioned McClanahan getting moved towards that?
Me.
The midpoint of the season.
Yeah, that'd be a good
Yeah, I
spot.
mean, that would be a huge pickup for the Royals if they got him.
And if
I'm the Royals, you want Drew Waters? Have at it. You want any of the other top
I would
outfielders?
give
Have at it.
Drew Waters seems like such a Rays player. Just got to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Basic name, plays like every position.
It's fast, doesn't hit for power, just hits contact.
Yeah, just throw him on the Rays. Send over, another prospect and a starting pitcher, and the Royals will be happy.
Worse than me.
Yeah.
Can we move on? Can we move on to that team over in Motown?
Oh,
Let's go for it.
let's do that.
I want to start with my guy Kev. Kev, what do you think about them Detroit Tigers this year?
I think they finished second. That's where I have them projected. I think the Royals are first, Tigers are second.
My guy.
Scooble was another big guy for me as far as K props, along with Crochet. They were like my two biggest money makers, so I'm huge on Scooble. I think they shocked people last year. Cole Keith is a stud. He's going to be something special for years to come, in my opinion. Carpenter, when healthy, he played well. So I think I don't know if they make the playoffs because the Central's kind of a little down, in my opinion, and we might see 3 teams from the AL East, but I think they'll be right up there with the Royals.
I'm just glad we are not going to see a full season of Alex Lang pitching the first inning every other day. That's that I hate that fucking opener rule. Like, and I'm so glad that they actually went and got a pitching staff now, so they didn't have to do it.
Oh, I love it so much. Honestly, they might have the best pitching staff in the AL Central.
It's just they're just filled with dogs.
Skubal is a dog. Flaherty's good. Reese Olson will give you what you need. I'm a big Casey Mize guy. I think he's going to be good up in the majors this time around. And then this is where I think it gets a little interesting. We mentioned his name earlier. I like Jackson Jobe to an AL Rookie of the Year. I think he's got a chance to go like 14-4 with like a 2.5 ERA and have like over 200 strikeouts and be the perfect guy for the Tigers to help them get to the postseason.
I don't hate it. I think I know Nimsy will have a little different opinion on this one, but I think the Glaber pickup, I think he might play with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. I'm not expecting him to, put up all-star level numbers, but 15 home runs, 60 RBIs, I feel like is doable for him with this lineup this year. I think last year of the Baez deal, they can spend that money and go get it.
If I'm them, I'm sending Javier Baez on the first flight out to whatever team wants him.
Yeah, Baez has 3 more years left on his contract.
Get him out of there.
And he's coming back off of hip surgery, right? So
yeah, Trey Sweeney's gonna start at shortstop this year.
So yeah, definitely gonna. There you go, Nimsy. So how can
Don? You said Don, you like the Royals to win, right?
I like the Royals to win. I like the Tigers team total over 83.5. I think they can get close to 90, if not 90, and I think they're a wild card team.
So I basically have like what you got for the Tigers with the Royal, or I got what you got for the Royals with the Tigers, basically. What do you? I was just curious. What do you think is like the major difference between the Royals and Tigers? Like what's separating them?
I just think the real difference to me is, when you look at Detroit's pitching staff, it's 100% legit. I just think the Tigers have a couple question marks in the infield when it comes to hitting, and I think Bobby Witt's the best player on both of those teams. And I think with him as the MVP, I just think that it gives him that much of an advantage.
I definitely agree with the Bob. I think Bobby Witt the best player in that whole division, or he won MVP. Obviously, he is or was, but
he should win MVP.
Yeah, I think the Tigers are just going to be the team this year. I'm going to have fun just watching them. Because last year when you watched them, it wasn't like, oh, we're going to hit. It wasn't like the Orioles where every ball was hit out of the park. It was like little dink and dump plays, hit little bloop singles. It was just like gritty baseball.
I'll say I might take like a small flyer on them to win that division, just because I do think their pitching staff is pretty superior in that division.
I think it's either them or the Royals, in my opinion. I think
the big thing for them is they brought in a lot of strikeout pitchers, and if I read the stat right, I think like 4 of the 5 teams with the highest whiff rates were all in the AL Central last year. I gotta double check that stat.
It's probably sounds about right, honestly. Though, that definitely seems like I wouldn't second guess you if you told me that. I'm curious to see how a lot of their guys perform this year too. That performed great last year, kind of like Riley Green, JHM. Didn't Veerling had a really good year, right?
Yeah, their whole lineup was just filled with guys where it was just
surprising.
Nothing was impressive, but everything was good.
Yeah,
and they just got hot at the right time.
I was say I'm just kind of curious to see how many is Riley Green gonna reciprocate as good of a year as he had, or one of their utility guys, are they gonna play the same they did last year? Because I feel like they got the players and the pieces. It's just putting it together in a way for them. Yeah, I'm looking at their infield now. I think Was this Jace Young?
Yeah.
Jace Young's
To
new
back-
there, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To
Kinda
back
like
up that
that
stat, 4 of the top 10 least walk teams were the White Sox, Royals, Twins, and Cleveland. All 3 teams had over, except for the Royals, had over a 20% strikeout rate. But the big thing with the Royals, and I'm hoping, Don, it doesn't happen again this year, they were one of the best hitting teams at home. They were one of the worst hitting teams on the road.
Yeah,
I think
that was the big one.
they're like strikeout percentage like on the road was almost 30% for the season, and their strikeout percentage at home was like less than 18. Yeah, they were 17% at home, 27.5% on the road.
Yeah, no, that's a big difference.
Do you guys think Scooble repeats as Cy Young winner?
No.
Not the
No.
Cy Young winner, but I do think he has a very eerily similar season, but he's going to have a couple games that's going to take him out of that Cy Young winning role.
My Cy Young winner for this year, I've done it every year that he hasn't won it just to jinx him. I'm doing it again out of pure spite. It's Garrett.
You know what? You know what's crazy? I didn't do it out of spite, but I'm going to say I did now. I took Cole Reagans to win the Cy Young out of spite.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
No,
I think
for real,
Cole Reagans.
There was 1 year that I didn't bet on Garrett Cole to win the Cy Young, and he won it. So I was like, I'm just gonna bet it on it every year, so he doesn't win it. And if he does, I just make money. It's fine.
Dude, no, Cole Reagans will always have like a soft. It'd be a soft spot for me just because that was the first player I like because he was ass when he was in Texas, and he was the first player I was like, okay, a change of scenery is gonna help him. And then he had like 5 straight scoreless starts in a row. So that was like my first time I was like actually right on a player. I was like still the only time I've been right on a player. But anyway, Steve, anything else on the Tigers?
No, I think they'll be the second best team. I'm with Don. Kansas City, man. He sold me on them.
That's what I do, baby.
Yeah, you're a salesman, bro.
I'm a salesman, brother.
Sell water to a well, man.
And I'm about to sell a lot of water on how bad the Cleveland Guardians are going to be. But I'm going to start with you, Steve. How do you think the Guardians are going to look this year?
He said that so accusatorily, too.
A Yankees and a Red Sox fan finally agree on something. Last place in the freaking MLB.
Didn't we already go over Cleveland?
No.
Mm-mm.
See, they're so ass. We didn't even realize we didn't go over them.
Come on, brother. Listen, I know damn well you a big Christmas guy.
I'm all about Mr. Santana, man. So you gotta have Santana, Shane, Justin Bieber. We lost Zimz. Some of these projections I've seen for this team have them winning, and I think we should just take everybody's money this year, man. It's first year manager, right?
Yep.
Do you think they get over 85 wins this year? I'm
No.
not sure if I see 85.
No, it's not first year manager still, is it?
Oh no, it's Stephen
Oh,
Vogt.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Like
sorry,
Francona left
sorry.
2 years ago.
My timeline's all messed up.
You just don't think about the Royals too much.
Blame Don. Don't blame Steve. We're blaming Don. That's fine.
Man, now I gotta make a new one.
Add it to the counter. Blame Don.
No, just add it to me, man. Just put an asterisk next to it.
Steve and I are combining.
I started.
You're gonna
here.
use one of your
I started and he
passes?
finished it, man.
No, Steve and I are combined. Ever since I got him out of that hole, we're combined from here on out.
Kev, if you haven't watched our basketball show or our betting show on Friday night, our record is we blame Steve 13 times on one show.
I mean, he did have a poor January, so that
Yeah,
might have been-
See, Kev knows. It's fine. We get it. Don't worry about it.
Did you tell Kev the LIU bet?
Kev
Listen,
knows about my LIU love,
Listen.
man. I
Yeah,
text him
bet
all
we
the
made
time,
it.
like, "Hey, bro, Sharks."
They need to
Nah,
be
they-
investigated with all their games, though. They
damn
need,
right. All I know is my guy Steve had a dry January, but he wasn't dry from drinking alcohol. He was dry from making money because the book was taking it from him.
You know,
Like it was a fat girl eating cake.
He went to the bar, went after a couple fat chicks, and now he's back.
The only thing that saved my month were a couple of plus money wins. I ended up with like plus 1 unit at the end of the month, but still.
The fact that you finished up a unit is shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and me both, man. I saw the total at the end. I was like, oh well, dust my shoulders off. 70 and 73 plus 1 unit. Let's go.
Love it. Love it.
But yeah, I think they're fool's gold this year. People are gonna, they'll buy into the Guardians this year. Overlook Kansas City and Detroit. They think it's just gonna be business as usual for Cleveland. Not this year.
Kev?
yeah, I'm not buying the Guardians this year. I mean, I still kind of like their pitching with Bieber and Lively, BB, but I don't know. Obviously, Jose Ramirez is a beast, but I don't know. I really like the Royals and Tigers to, like I said, Royals win the division, Tigers be right there. Everyone else will be down below.
Listen, they got guys like Lane Thomas. They got Stephen
Yeah,
Kwan.
taking from the Nationals. Thank God.
Yeah, I
You
think
know, they
their outfield looks good.
I worry about their infield besides Jose Ramirez. I
Yeah,
think,
they did lose Jimenez.
which I think is a big loss. So I have them run like anywhere between 78 to 81 wins. I think they could be like right around the 500 mark. I don't
have
think they go
them
above
77, 85.
it. I don't think they go above it.
No, I'm iffy on them. The AL Central is always that weird division where like, for the last 5 years it was which mediocre team is gonna slightly have a better season, and now like half these teams are getting good, and it's like, okay, when are we gonna see the good teams drop down and the building teams finally hit that mark? And if it's not this year, it's 100% next year.
Yeah.
I think losing Naylor is going to be, obviously the Naylor move was it had to be done to get Big Christmas in there.
Big Christmas.
But I think the one thing that's going to hurt them, because if you watch any Cleveland game, it's so fucking boring. Like the crowd's not into it until the 8th inning. Like, it's just like when I was working night shifts, I would always like listen to the games and go to sleep, and I would always listen to a Cleveland game because you would never actually hear anything.
Right.
But like the big thing you're gonna miss with Naylor is the intensity factor. He hits a single, he acts like he just hit a walk-off in Game 7.
I love it.
And like that's the kind of thing like your team needs. I think his brother might have a down year because you go from playing with your brother for the first couple years of your career to you don't have that support system there. I think it could hurt him. Their pitching never seems to stay healthy. I don't know what's going on with Tristan McKenzie.
Yeah.
Because he was clearly pitching through an injury last year, and they were just like, fuck it, we're going to ruin your career to win 83 games this year.
Yeah.
Shane Bieber's re-signing, I think, was really stupid, especially with the amount of teams that were willing to overpay for him. I think the Braves being one of them were like ready to give him the world. Now that Nimsy's not here, I could say probably the Yankees would have done it too.
Yeah, 100%.
I just think, this is the division of 500 this year, and it's which team's going to have a tiebreaker and 1-game lead. But I think we could skip the 5th place team, right? We kind of all got an expectation there.
You don't want to talk about Luis Robert being traded
to the Phillies?
Yeah.
God, no, because I don't want to manifest that. Because like, all right, we already got to deal with Soto. In like 2 years, we're going to have to deal with Dylan Cruz and James Wood like every month at least once. We got what, half of Chris Sale's left arm left, and
Hey,
Reynaldo Lopez.
Hey! He got you a Cy Young. You watch your mouth.
Yeah, you missed last week's show when I went on my rant about that. Steve was fucking like egging me on too.
Of course he is. That's what he does.
That's what I'm here for,
He's
man.
like, you don't think your team's gonna do good? I looked up at the end. I was like, no, no.
No, I think my team's gonna be bad.
Yeah, you know,
I
Speaking of bad-
legit no, like I
Speaking-
legit think
spe-
the Braves are gonna have a down year this year. It's gonna be ugly.
we can talk about the
Speaking
White
of bad, let's move to the AL West and the bad Los Angeles Angels. Let's start bad, work our way up. Get through it quick. Reports about Mike Trout going to right field instead of center to potentially help his health,
Sox. Mhm.
which was probably the funniest thing I think I've heard all week.
Right.
Steve, thoughts on anything to do with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim?
Their owner sucks.
He does.
Art Moreno needs to sell the team. Stop it. Stop doing this to us. Stop getting these good players and not doing anything with it and making us watch Mike Trout's career, what could have been. But he'll be back. I think Trout's gonna bounce back this year.
Listen.
He'll last till September.
My comment about Mike Trout is he did this to himself. He could
Yeah,
have
he
easily
could've
went to
left.
Philadelphia.
Yep.
Probably have a World Series title or two right now. Nope. Who wanted to be loyal? I blame him.
Who they had? Kyle Hendricks.
You want to talk about
Yeah,
Jorge
they're
Soler?
relying a lot on
They have the core that is built for like a reset and another rebuild.
Are they
That's
winning
the
more
thing that-
than 78 games this year?
I have under 72.5 as my lock of the MLB team
Oh.
totals this year.
I'll do you one better. I have them finishing in exactly 5th place this year. I like this. It just feels again like another season where it's almost like the Pirates when we talked about last week, Steve. Like they're gonna be like average to slightly like solid the first month. People start sucking and they just say, "Okay, Ron, send everyone down." You know, Mike's gonna get hurt in 2 weeks, be out for the year. You know, Rendon tripped
He's in
over
right
his
field
wheelchair.
now, though, man. He's
Yeah,
extending
Rendon
his
tripped
career.
over his wheelchair getting out of bed. He's out for 6 years.
What do you mean? He tripped out his bed, dude. He fucking sneezed the wrong way and he's out for 2 months.
God, that
He makes
Oh.
Joel Embiid look like a good signing.
Yeah, I don't even think he likes baseball. I don't know why he still plays.
you think Mike Trout just goes in that locker room and wants to punch him like every day? Be like, you were supposed to be my wingman.
You think he's in the
Like-
locker room? That's fucking funny. Jesus.
He's like, you're probably the reason Shohei left, motherfucker.
Probably. 100%.
Yeah.
So I have that under. Anybody else have anything?
No, I mean
Oh man, I mean,
they never stay healthy. I don't think you can ever pick them right now to be any good team.
I'll add in another player that the Royals should trade for from that team. Jose Soriano gets traded by July.
All in.
And you could rotate him back into the bullpen if you need to as a closer.
Speaking of trades, let's just talk about. They don't have a location anymore. They're just called the Athletics. The Athletic Baseball Club. That's what they're. ABC. That's what they are now.
Sack
Kev, what do you got? What do you got on the? What do you got on the Athletic? What do you got on the Athletics this year?
Not a whole lot, man. I mean, the only player that I'm kind of intrigued by is Rooker and Ruiz, but I mean, I think maybe both of them are gone too by the trade deadline. If they're bad, they could definitely help out a better team. So, I mean, I feel like I picked the Angels to be 5th just because they're not going to stay healthy, but I can see the A's being 5th too. It'll be one of those two. They're interchangeable to me. 4th.
New location, new feel. These guys are winning 75 games this year.
Where are they playing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where are they playing? The
New
University
hot
of San
take.
Francisco
They're
field?
playing in
Like,
Sacramento. They're playing in
Holy
Sacramento.
shit!
what,
Playing
Sacramento
Sacramento
State's field?
for a couple years while they build up the Vegas.
Just
stadium.
remember, there is if the Rays and the A's make it to the ALCS, there is a possibility the ALCS will be played in 2 minor league stadiums this year.
I love it.
No, I'm with you on that, Steve. I'm big on the A's this year, not just because of like how bad the Angels are going to be. Yeah, I have them over. I have them at 74. But it's also because if you're trying to convince Vegas to build you a stadium, like if you give them last year's roster, they're not doing it. You say, hey, we signed guys. I think this is the year they're actually going to start playing their prospects, not just sending them down for fun to piss fans off.
Jacob Wilson.
Yeah, like I mean, what was it? Estuary Ruiz was having like his best season, and they saw him wearing a shirt that said "Sell the team." They sent him down for the rest of the season.
Bro, I had his steals, man. I was so pissed. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Rooker is great. Langoliers is doing great. Soderstrom is probably going to play first base all year this year. He looks great.
I think
pitching probably needs a bit work.
I think Julio Scheller III is a solid veteran bat for them.
Yeah, he's kind of proven to like especially like when he was on the Angels, his like 1 or 2 years with the Tigers, where it's just like if I got to get a hit to show them what to do in this situation, I'll do it.
Damn, what a cool. Someone in the chat just said, "Damn, Dodgers took over my show." Laughed my ass off. I love that.
Whoever F the Dodgers is.
Yeah.
Listen, man, when you talk about the AL East for 45 minutes, you gotta get it going, man.
I was trying to. Nimsy wouldn't shut up about the Yankees.
Well, that's what this is the problem. When you know you have a Yankees fan, you can't talk about the Yankees. Because what's gonna happen?
I need the around the horn mute button.
30 and
That's
45
what we
minutes.
need. We need the around the horn mute button.
Oh my god. Yo, he kept going on about Adley Rutschman, dude. I was like, dude, it's not gonna happen.
He just wanted a good hitting catcher. Right. Yeah, he's looking at the best catcher in all of baseball. Like,
that's what Yankee fans think they're about to sign the next Shohei Ohtani.
So speaking of trash takes, let's go to the trash throws.
Whoa, get them trash cans out, boys.
I got them at 84. It's definitely going to be a very interesting offseason for them, losing Tucker, Bregman. Essentially, the core of their World Series team is gone, except for Altuve and I think Jordan was on that team, right?
Yeah, I think Pena was too, wasn't he?
He was on the second one. I'm thinking back like 2017. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a reset year for the Astros, or do you, Don? You still think they got what it takes to win this division right now?
I don't think they're going to win this division this year. I think their rotation definitely took a big hit. Framber is great, but Framber is great. Hunter Brown's solid, but then the lower you go, it's just it's hard, man.
Bro, I'm a Spencer Spaghetti Arrighetti fan, bro. I was
gonna make that joke.
I'm sorry, rewind.
Steve, I feel like you just like players because their names are fun.
You know, man, when you got professionals like Don, yourself, Kev, man, I gotta throw it out there, bro. What gotta add something, bro. Can't just regurgitate the same stats everyone throws out, man. But I mean, I like Spencer because I made money off of Spencer last year, so that's.
Oh well, see, that's all you have to say. It's fine.
I'm
hoping for their sake. I hope that Taylor Trammell gets going this year.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't buy into them. There's a team in the AOS that I like a little bit more. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's a team in the AOS that I like to win the World Series. Just throwing it out there.
Mm.
Bold.
So we should hop over to the Texas Rangers now.
We can talk about the Texas Rangers if unless Kevin has something to say about the Houston Astros. There's 4 people on the show. Everybody has to talk.
Yeah, rude, Steven.
Unbelievable.
Switch it back. Blame Steve. Knock
Yeah.
it.
There's another one up on the counter there. No, I don't have anything on the Astros. I think they'll be down a little bit this year. Big Jordan Alvarez fan. He makes me money, but outside of that, not a huge fan of theirs.
Yeah, I think we can definitely go on to the Rangers here. I think this was just such a weird division last year. I feel like everyone that they needed to have a good year hit a down year last year. I think their rotation still looks good. I think we're going to see a little bit more from Rocker and Leiter this year.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, where are you sitting on the Rangers?
I have them finishing second because I actually like Seattle. I'm gonna buy in. I'm gonna buy into the Mariners, but yeah, I like Texas coming second. I'm looking at notes. I don't want to throw out anything that just step on anybody's toes, man.
What'd you say?
It's low day. It's gonna be a low day every time. Every time they're up. Load in low. Jock Peterson. 50.
Oh, stop.
45 home runs.
Stop. Not in that ballpark. Kev, Rangers?
I really like the Rangers. I actually have them winning this division. I'm hoping Leiter will play a lot more. They'll give him more attempts and starting pitching, appearances. Obviously, DeGrom hopefully will stay healthy. Hopefully, Seager stays healthy. But, I think Evan Carter and Wyatt Langford are both really good, talented young players in that outfield. Tavares still has a ton of speed as well. Garcia can bomb the ball. I'm high on the Rangers.
I like them. Their rotation worries me a little bit, and I'm not big into their bullpen. So I have them finishing third just because, one, I think the guys they need to be healthy won't be healthy for a full year, and I can't trust Jacob deGrom.
Right. He's a big part of that. I'm hoping he stays healthy. At least I'm predicting he stays healthy.
Yeah, I think, and so rounding it all off with the Mariners, I think we got a couple people here who are high on the Mariners to win the division.
Oh, money.
Steve, go into your monologue. I'll give you the solo layout.
I don't have that's Don.
That's me. That's me.
The other black dude.
I know we're two brothers from a different mother, but come on now.
I hit the wrong button, my bad. No, because see, I don't see it because with the editor thing, like there's a little 3 dots in the corner, and the last show it was in the bottom right, and for some reason on this one they put it in the top right.
Yeah, Steve.
Listen, yeah, you give me
Black
spotlight.
History Month, I did that.
Well, first, Seattle has been such a disappointment the past 2 years. So close. 2 years ago, was it 3 years ago? Got there. They were a little too early. They got there ahead of schedule. Best way I could put it. I think this year they finally connect all the dots. It comes together. They can win the division. and getting into the playoffs will not be a sweat the last week of the season where they have to go win out the last like 5 games. And yeah, man, I like him this year. I like him this year. That's all I gotta say about that.
Do you want me to play music under that next time?
Yeah, for Steve
I
in
got-
particular.
No, when I
is-
have my open letter to Spencer Argano, that's when you that's when you'll play the sad music at the bottom of it, right?
Yeah, I was
When
gonna say
my-
we do have In the Arms of an Angel queued up for obituaries at the end of the season. We got
Oh, well,
Save that
demonetized
for the
immediately
Sacramento
for that.
Athletics.
Well, let's be frank. A little bit ago, I said that I had a team to win the World Series, come out of the AL West. At plus 2,600, I am throwing half of a unit on the Seattle Mariners to win the World Series this year. First time ever. I love their pitching rotation. Those 5 guys, give me my soul spotlight, baby. Play the Arms of an Angel. Hit me with it. Oh, I can feel it. Logan Gilbert, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Brian Wu, Bryce Miller, all studs. The duo of Arozarena and J-Rod in the outfield is going to be great. They're going to find somebody that will take Mitch Haniger. Mitch Garver will then be their DH. They'll get a first baseman that can hit besides Luke Raley. This is the Mariners' year. Everybody's all in on the Dodgers. The Dodgers don't even buy it. It's Seattle's year, buddy. Let's go.
That's going on TikTok.
Should.
No,
Flip it.
I'm big on the Mariners. My big worry with them is always like it's one of those teams. They always start out slow, and it just depends on when they turn it around. Like if it's like last year where they don't turn it around till like right after the All-Star break, that's a big concern because it's a huge hole you got to dig yourself out of. And like we said earlier, I think it was Kevin said it. If you're trying to make the playoffs as a wild card team, you got to compete with Red Sox, Orioles, Yankees for whoever's not winning that division, and then either you got to compete with really either the Rangers or the Astros. So you got to be better than those 5 teams that are built to be playoff teams. I know the Astros are still not, or probably not as built as the others are, but their experience, they're still kind of built for that stage. I think they're just a team I want to wait and see. I don't want to say they're going to be bad, but I also don't think they're going to be good. So I think Seattle's that one city that deserves a playoff team, like because their fans are always rocking whenever they're in close games. So I'm rooting for it, but I just don't know if it's going to happen.
What do you have your win total at?
I have them at 84.
Boost up to 90, buddy.
I guess, yeah, if you have to play the Angels 15 times, I could see it.
14-1.
Reed Detmer's no-hitter.
Let's put it this way. I will give you $1,000 if Reed Detmers throws a no-hitter against the Seattle Mariners this year.
Listen, he's already thrown one against them in his career.
Do it a second time.
You get the LIU tattoo with me, right?
Mm-hmm. Both of us. It's going to go a shark. We're going to put our face together. It's going to go from one side of yours to the other side of mine.
Kev, any final thoughts?
No, like I said, I have the Rangers in this division. I know a lot of that depends on DeGrom staying healthy, but I just think they're the better team. And to your point, I think probably with the Red Sox, Yankees, and Orioles, it's going to be hard to fight for those wild card spots. So you're going to have to win the division, and I just think the Rangers do it.
All righty. And I think that'll be it here, unless anyone's got any final takes they want to shoot out real quick.
Over under how many times Steve gets blamed for baseball losses this year. I'm setting it at 50.5
For the season?
Did you say
For the
50?
Yeah, for the season, 50.5. Yeah, a lot of games.
Woo, 50 and a half.
If we're doing that, we
bet
gotta
on
be
it.
impartial.
I'm
Yeah, I was gonna
okay,
say
I
we
can't bet
gotta
on
be impartial. We can't just like throw it out there. Like we gotta all agree it's a blame Steve situation.
100%. It has to be a group majority vote. If it's
I'll
not
give
a
the
group
over
majority, it
because
doesn't count.
Yeah, I'll give it the over.
See, Kev, you're not the only one that's giving your boy shit.
I'm making the playoffs in. Shit. I'm gonna hit 90.
You're 90.
I'm going. I'm going. I'm winning.
Man,
I'm winning.
the first show he did with me, he was trying to watch. He was watching Texas lose in the background. You could see his face drop, and I called him out on it. And then it just came to think. It's like, all right, we're gonna bully Steve each week.
Yeah. Fucking punching bag.
Listen,
Got the golden ticket to watch
Listen.
Steve get his ass kicked for about an hour and a
at the
half.
end of the day, hey, at the end of the day, listen, you know what we can hang our hats on?
What's
The
that?
fact that you and I going to the club and picking up them damn fat girls, bringing them home.
Batting 1,000.
And listen, when you come up to New York, I'm gonna treat you to the nicest Uber ride to LAU Brooklyn.
Oh, I can't wait.
And
I
we're-
hope it's a fatty baddie too driving that Uber.
Boy, I hope the vending machines are working. I hope the water fountain's ice cold. I'm coming, Long Island.
Steve's gonna be coming in a suit, like it's.
Oh,
Rod Strickland's gonna be asking, "Who's that guy? I need him on
You're gonna
my
see-
bench."
Steve,
You're gonna see like 200 college students in sweats, and then Steve's coming in a full 4-piece suit, like he's going to
Baby
tea with the
blue.
president.
Baby blue with the yellow tie.
Listen, Steve's gonna pull up like he's going to the Kentucky Derby.
Steve,
Fucking top
man,
hat.
I'll be looking fly.
All of a sudden, he's got like an LIU Sharks pin on his tie.
Is that the president of the school? No, man, that's just
That's
some
just Steve.
fucking loser that bets on LIU basketball.
be handing out heavy handshakes, $100 bills rolled up.
Yo, I need y'all to cover this spread tonight.
He's
Steve
gonna look
turns into
like
NCA&T.
he's gonna look like Quavo when LSU won the national championship. He was just rolling in there throwing hundreds at the players.
You better watch out, bro. We're coming for the NEC, man. Coming
Man,
for
he's
the
gonna
NEC.
he's gonna be running Flatbush by the end of that week.
I'm telling you, dude, they make the tournament.
We're doing a live stream, yeah.
We're doing a live stream.
Are we gonna live stream their conference games? Conference
I mean,
tournament games?
we might have to.
Bro, I dead ass. I'm taking the whole week off that week just in case it's one of those days.
Oh, I might have to. I might follow you.
Hold
in
on,
that suit,
I can
man.
look up the NEC tournament now. The baseball show. It always comes back to the LIU Sharks. buddy.
LIU. Hey, man, they got wax open today. Who they playing? Vandy. Open today.
So it starts March 5th is the first one. And then if they win, they play Saturday the 8th, and then if they win after that, Tuesday
they've
the 11th.
clinched home field advantage through the quarterfinals.
Whoa, bring it home.
They'll play Lemoyne. Either Lemoyne or Wagner at LIU.
Bring it.
Ooh, that might be
Bring it.
So
that
we
might
road
be
tripping, boys.
that might
We
be
road
a
tripping?
purchase. That might be a purchase.
I'm looking up how much these tickets cost.
Yo, after this show, man, I'm buying
Fucking,
Either
you
shirt
kidding me?
or a
It better
hoodie.
be fucking
Look, I'm-
$15.
Cash only.
Damn right, cash only. They need no.
it's gonna be two old ladies sitting in the front and behind a 6-foot folding table
Behind
from
the fold-out
Walmart
table.
with a metal box. Gonna be like, we don't take cards,
Oh, I
cash
can't
only.
wait. I cannot wait.
Where can I
got a
sit?
thing- it's got a
You
thing for
sit
the
wherever you
4-H
wanna
club.
sit.
Right
You
here,
sit
buddy.
wherever you want to
That
sit.
lady can sit right here.
Bro, I don't even think they charge. I can't even find anything.
You need some quarters for the vending machine? Because, boy, I'm buying Doritos, a couple Oreos, sitting
Game
down,
day. Buy tickets.
get my
Let's
Coke
see.
Zero. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go.
I can select an upcoming home game. Hold on. Let me select the sport. Oh, all right. Men's wrestling. No, I'm just kidding. Do they not have
Yeah.
any home games?
For the rest of the season? Maybe not.
Let's find out.
I can check that.
No,
real quick.
they have all the last 3 games are all on the road.
That's it. That's the
But
problem.
Wagner's only 15 minutes from there. Wagner's in Staten Island. We used to play them too. They were nice to me though, so I like them.
Northeast Conference men's basketball tournament tickets. Bummer, there aren't any events. Nothing yet.
They're gonna send you an email like, "Why the fuck are you wanting tickets to this?"
They're not gonna believe it. Like, guys, somebody was looking for tickets. No, they weren't. No,
It was just a gag. It was a gag, I said.
they have one home game left, February
Who?
27th against Wagner, unless that's a neutral site.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yeah,
27th. Oh, I'm in fucking. Oh, it's a bad
it's
hit.
Thursday night. I get off work at 5. I could be there.
I
be there by
cannot.
7.
I'm in Pittsburgh. Otherwise, I would be there.
Steve, get the fucking train ticket.
It's a Thursday night. I can hop on the. Ooh, I might. Let me.
You
put
can
that on
catch the
calendar.
You can catch the midnight out Amtrak. That day, that Wednesday night, and then you could take the Thursday night one back home, and you'd be back by like 4 a.m.
And then you can meet. Then you can meet me in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I love Pittsburgh, bro.
Come
I'll
through.
sleep-
I'll be there. Listen.
Did you ever go and get your
I will
steak on the
ditch-
stone?
I'll ditch all of my friends to hang out with fast breaks in fucking Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
No, bring them along too, bro. Listen, man, I got crazy stories in Pittsburgh. I've woken up on lawns, middle like I don't even know how I got there. Everyone, hey, I have a good time. They like the party. Blue collar partying is something different, bro.
He gets it.
That cold.
He had all
town,
them West
man.
Virginia miners.
So, yeah,
All right,
man, I'm
so
telling-
hold on. So guys, I'm looking here. So ticket information. It says throughout the quarterfinals and semifinals, it is $10 for adults. Steve,
I'll see you guys in Brooklyn.
yeah, boy, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, we
Coming.
go hard. We go hard.
And there's a
Brooklyn,
really
we
good
go
bodega
hard.
right across the street from it too.
Perfect.
On a nice
Bringing the
Wednesday.
cash, bringing the quarters. You ready to go? You know they don't have
Yeah.
concessions there, bro. Come on, man. There are no concessions at Long Island.
Bro, what you mean?
See,
We bring in our own
$10
snacks.
Oh, yeah, you're
$10
right.
tickets is
With
gonna be even
bodega
funnier when Steve pulls
before.
up in a suit.
Yo, there's a chance if they win. There's a chance. There's a chance that Saturday the 8th in the semifinals. Just saying.
Oh,
That might
man.
be that might be the more
See,
bang for
the
your
thing
uh,
buck.
is, considering who the NEC has to go play against in the first round of the tournament, I just know if they make it, they're getting Auburn.
All in.
Oh,
LIU plus
they're covering the
LIU
spread.
plus 20.5.
They're covering the
All in.
spread. Yo, they
All
play
in.
Auburn.
First
I'm
play of the
locking
game,
in.
Johnny Broom just murders the starting center.
Sleepy spot for Auburn. LIU got the lead at half. Auburn's got to turn it up. Wins by
Yo, my guy
5.
Jamal Fuller will have that dude on lock.
Over.
On lock.
All
Don't
right,
sleep
boys.
on
So we
Malachi
gotta,
Davis.
we gotta end it there. Oh wait, I forgot to add. We had like 15 mentions there, so I'm gonna go ahead and just keep this one going.
24, baby. Let's go. LIU. LIU.
Thank you guys all for tuning in. We got our daily LIU rant out of the way there at the end of the show. Make sure you guys check all of us out on Moneyline Go. You can check Steve and Kev on the College Juice Pod every Saturday morning. going over every single game. You can check all of us out Friday night as we're going to go over all the NBA games, NHL games, and college basketball games for the best bets, best plays, and whatever parlay we can convince betting Cheese to go into and bankrupt himself.
Is Cheese listening still? Cheese, I got a parlay for you for tonight. Kansas City, Yankees, Seattle Mariners, plus 2,300. Lock it in.
Ooh, hold on, fellas. Before we go off the air, I just want to put it on the record here that the LIU Sharks baseball are playing at the University of Texas at San Antonio this weekend. And guess who's down in Texas? Whoa!
Where you're in Dallas, right? So be a ride down to San Antonio. I think it's about like 3.5, 4 hours.
I started San Antonio.
Oh, you
started San Antonio, and I worked my way up. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna come back down.
Do it.
LIU baseball, baby.
Bro, I'm gonna go to LIU game. I'm gonna be dealing. Bro, they play on it's turf, but it looks like fucking carpet. Like it looks like a fucking like rec league field. Their baseball field. It's it's in the middle of Flatbush. This is the only thing that's grass.
All in. Let's go.
Home field advantage.
Damn right. LIU Sharks baseball income.
Screw Vegas. Moneyline go meet up LIU Brooklyn game.
Half those guys are gonna be like, "Who the hell is LIU?" Hey,
Steve's gonna be fucking ripping his shirt off, swinging it.
Steve's gonna start his own Sharks chant. He's gonna be sitting there, "Go Sharks, go!"
He's gonna start doing like the gator chomp.
It's like a gator, but it's a shark.
Even better.
He's gonna pull out one of those those grab sticks, like the little extendo grab sticks that people put a shark head on. He's just gonna be
Mm-hmm.
But that'll be it for us. Make sure you guys check us out Friday night as we talk more about why LIU is the greatest thing God ever created. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.
This has been a For Frequency's Sake Podcast Network production. For more great content, subscribe to For Frequency's Sake on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.